Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found your way to this space. Today, we're diving deep into something that might make you a little uncomfortable, but I promise it's worth it. We're exploring the dark side of the human aura. What is your energy hiding? Before we begin this journey together, if you feel called to support this content, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit that like button. And if you're interested in more conversations about energy, healing, and the hidden aspects of ourselves, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It really helps me continue creating this content for our community. Now, let's talk about what we don't usually talk about. Throughout human history, cultures worldwide have spoken of an invisible energy field surrounding living beings. Known as the aura in Western esoteric traditions, this phenomenon has been described as a luminous emanation that reflects our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual states. While popular discourse often focuses on the bright, positive aspects of auras, there exists a lesser explored dimension, the dark side of the human aura. This presentation delves into what your energy field might be concealing, the shadows it harbors, and how understanding these hidden aspects can lead to profound personal transformation. Before exploring its darker dimensions, we must establish what the aura actually represents. The human aura is theorized to be an electromagnetic field generated by the body's biological processes. Some researchers have attempted to measure this field using techniques like crystalline photography, biofield imaging, and electromagnetic sensors, though scientific consensus remains divided on the nature and measurability of auras. Traditional healers and spiritual practitioners describe the aura as consisting of multiple layers, each corresponding to different aspects of human existence. The etheric layer relates to physical vitality, the emotional layer to feelings and relationships, the mental layer to thoughts and beliefs, and higher layers to spiritual consciousness. Each layer interpenetrates and influences the others, creating a complex energy system that both reflects and affects our overall well-being. When we speak of the dark side of the aura, we are not necessarily referring to evil or malevolence. Rather, darkness in this context represents several interconnected concepts: the hidden, the suppressed, the unacknowledged, and the shadow aspects of personality that psychologist Carl Jung famously explored. These are the parts of ourselves we prefer not to see, the emotions we refuse to feel, the truths we avoid confronting, and the experiences we fail to process and integrate. Dark energy in the aura can manifest as areas of density, stagnation, or disruption in the energy field. Practitioners who claim to perceive auras often describe these as murky colors, dark spots, holes, or areas where energy appears blocked or congested. These disturbances are believed to correspond with psychological issues, unresolved trauma, chronic negative emotions, and suppressed aspects of the self. One of the most significant things your aura may be concealing is unprocessed trauma. When we experience traumatic events, especially in childhood, the emotional and energetic impact doesn't simply disappear if we ignore it. Instead, this unintegrated experience becomes encoded in our energy field as a kind of energetic scar tissue. These trauma imprints can manifest as chronic tension, recurrent negative patterns, inexplicable fears, or seemingly irrational emotional reactions. The body keeps score, as trauma researcher Bessel van der Kolk has extensively documented, and the energy field appears to do the same. Individuals who work with energy healing modalities often report that traumatic memories can be stored in specific areas of the body and aura, creating energetic blockages that affect both physical health and emotional well-being. A person may consciously believe they have moved past a difficult experience, but their energy field tells a different story, one of ongoing fear, anger, or grief. Carl Jung's concept of the shadow self refers to the parts of our personality that we reject, deny, or fail to acknowledge. These might include socially unacceptable desires, aggressive impulses, selfish tendencies, or characteristics we were taught to view as negative or shameful. Rather than integrating these aspects into a whole, balanced personality, we repress them, pushing them into the unconscious where they continue to influence our behavior in hidden ways. In terms of the aura, these suppressed shadow aspects may manifest as distortions or darkened areas in the energy field. The energy we invest in maintaining these repressions creates a constant drain on our vitality. Moreover, what we refuse to acknowledge in ourselves often gets projected onto others, creating relationship difficulties and interpersonal conflicts. Your aura may be hiding your unacknowledged anger, your secret envy, your hidden fears of inadequacy, or your unexpressed creative potential that was deemed impractical or foolish. The mental layer of the aura is deeply affected by our habitual thought patterns and core beliefs about ourselves and the world. Many of us carry limiting beliefs that were instilled during childhood or formed from painful experiences. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve love. The world is a dangerous place. I always fail. These thought patterns create energetic signatures in our aura that can be remarkably persistent. Negative self-talk, catastrophic thinking, chronic worry, and pessimistic worldviews all contribute to darkening of the mental auric layer. These patterns become self-fulfilling prophecies, as the energy we emit through our thoughts and beliefs influences how we perceive opportunities, how others respond to us, and what experiences we attract into our lives. Your aura might be broadcasting messages of unworthiness, fear, or limitation that keep you trapped in cycles of self-sabotage and missed opportunities. Another aspect of the aura's dark side involves what energy workers call attachments or cords. These are believed to be energetic connections between individuals that persist beyond natural, healthy bonding. While loving relationships naturally involve energy exchange, unhealthy attachments can form through codependency, trauma bonding, manipulation, or unresolved conflicts. These energetic cords may drain your vitality, allowing others to unconsciously feed on your energy. They can also keep you psychologically and emotionally bound to past relationships, preventing closure and making it difficult to move forward. Your aura might be hiding numerous such connections to people, places, or past situations that continue to influence your present experience. Former romantic partners, demanding family members, toxic friendships, or even previous versions of yourself can maintain energetic ties that affect your current well-being. We exist within a sea of energies beyond our individual field. Our auras absorb influences from our environment, other people, collective consciousness, and the spaces we inhabit. If you frequently spend time in negative environments, around distressed individuals, or in locations with traumatic histories, your aura may accumulate energetic debris that doesn't originate from you. Empaths and highly sensitive individuals are particularly susceptible to absorbing others' emotional states and energetic qualities. You might carry anxiety that isn't yours, depression absorbed from a struggling friend, or collective fear and anger from the broader social environment. Your aura could be hiding layers of energy that belong to the collective shadow of humanity, historical traumas, societal injustices, or cultural wounds that we all unconsciously carry. The higher layers of the aura relate to spiritual connection and sense of meaning and purpose. When these layers are darkened or depleted, it often reflects a crisis of meaning, spiritual disconnection, or existential despair. Modern life, with its materialistic focus and frenetic pace, often leaves little room for spiritual nourishment or contemplation of life's deeper questions. Your aura might be hiding a profound sense of emptiness, a feeling that something essential is missing despite external success or comfort. This spiritual void can manifest as chronic dissatisfaction, addiction, compulsive behaviors, or a persistent sense that life lacks meaning. The darkness in these higher auric layers represents not just absence of light, but active alienation from one's spiritual nature and higher purpose. When we fail to acknowledge and address the dark aspects hidden in our energy field, various negative consequences emerge. Physically, energetic blockages and distortions are believed to eventually manifest as illness, chronic pain, or persistent fatigue. The body's innate wisdom attempts to bring our attention to unresolved issues through physical symptoms. Emotionally and psychologically, unaddressed shadow material leads to depression, anxiety, inexplicable mood swings, and difficulty maintaining healthy relationships. We may find ourselves repeating destructive patterns, attracting similar problematic relationships, or sabotaging our own success and happiness. The energy we invest in suppression and denial leaves us depleted, with little vitality available for creativity, joy, or personal growth. Spiritually, ignoring the aura's dark side keeps us fragmented and prevents authentic self-knowledge. True spiritual development requires integration of all aspects of self, including those we find uncomfortable or shameful. Without this integration, spiritual pursuits become another form of escape or spiritual bypassing, or we use positive thinking and spiritual practices to avoid dealing with genuine psychological issues. The journey toward wholeness requires courage to face what our energy field has been hiding. This process of illumination involves several key practices and approaches. The first step is developing genuine self-awareness through practices like meditation, journaling, and therapy. We must be willing to look honestly at ourselves, acknowledging uncomfortable truths about our thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and motivations. This requires creating a compassionate internal environment where all aspects of self can be witnessed without harsh judgment. Engaging in deliberate shadow work means identifying, exploring, and ultimately integrating rejected aspects of self. This might involve working with a skilled therapist, participating in group processes, or using techniques like active imagination, dream analysis, or creative expression to give voice to suppressed parts of the psyche. As we acknowledge and accept these shadow aspects, the energy previously used for repression becomes available for conscious living. Various modalities exist for directly working with the energy field. Reiki, acupuncture, Qigong, pranic healing, and other energy medicine practices aim to clear blockages, repair damage to the aura, and restore healthy energy flow. While scientific evidence for these modalities varies, many people report significant benefits. Even simple practices like spending time in nature, salt baths, breathwork, or visualization exercises can support energetic clearing and renewal. Learning to identify and release unhealthy energetic attachments is crucial for auric health. This involves both psychological work around codependency and boundary issues, and energetic practices like cord-cutting visualizations or ceremonies. Establishing strong energetic boundaries protects your field from absorbing others' energies while still allowing healthy connection and empathy. Since trauma leaves energetic as well as psychological imprints, affected healing must address both dimensions. Somatic therapies that work with the body's stored trauma, such as EMDR, somatic experiencing, or trauma-sensitive yoga, can release energetic blockages while processing difficult memories and emotions. This integrated approach recognizes that healing is not purely mental but involves the whole organism, including its subtle energy system. The dark side of the human aura is not something to fear, but rather an invitation to deeper self-knowledge and authentic wholeness. What your energy field hides are often the keys to your liberation, the unacknowledged aspects that, when brought into consciousness and integrated, become sources of power, creativity, and wisdom. By courageously exploring what lies in the shadows of our energy field, we embark on a journey toward true healing and transformation. We discover that darkness and light are not opposites but complementary aspects of a unified whole. The goal is not to eliminate darkness but to illuminate it with awareness, transforming what was hidden and toxic into integrated wisdom and authentic power. Your aura tells the truth about your complete experience, past and present, acknowledged and denied. Learning to read and heal its dark aspects is an act of profound self-compassion and a pathway to living with greater authenticity, vitality, and wholeness. The question is not whether your energy is hiding something, but whether you are ready to discover what has been concealed and reclaim the full spectrum of your being.